What is the sauce for Jensen here at mid, hovering back and forth on the two different sword bros. Will he lock one of them in? Do we get to see the Yone here in game number 1 of this best of 3? And yes, sir, we do.
Okay, crazy wombo here from Jensen. We'll see what he's about, because rarely do we see him play these kinds of champions, usually falling back to more control mages and seeing a little bit more of controlled aggression out of him. He's always such a cerebral mid laner in the way that he approaches the game. This, you just want him to run into the enemy constantly. It doesn't matter if you run it down a few times. He has a 10 death power spike. Just that Udyr is not around, his support is not going to make it, and that they haven't seen where Team Liquid is. Here comes the gank though. Taliyah, check out the shove.
Fighting the bottom side is not a fight, it is a straight-up murder as Santorin is there, and this is what I'm talking about. The power of Leona CC with Taliyah follow-up guarantees first blood for TL, and they're moving right over to that first drink.
There is darkness in this river, and from that darkness, they chop down the tree. Double control ward means that you don't know where they're coming from. You have the saplings to check, but Core JJ Zenith Blade long enough to get there, and with the Taliyah flash, there was just no way that Diamond was going to get out and survive and knock it from Samira. Here they go, looking for more, but do they know that Diamond is already here?
Diamond and Palafox walking through, but they're going after the enemy mid laner instead. Palafox with a flash away, Core JJ with a follow-up, and the damage comes through. Here's Jensen! And Palafox is down and out. Team Liquid with the patient play get rewarded with a second. And if he has flash, the champion has no other mobility except to get himself into the fight. But they were saying, no, we've got the potential. Even through Lucian flash, we can chase him down and kill him. They get the more high-value kill. Alphari with the flash away. Licorice trying to continue going for this fight, but Alphari dropping the ulti keeps them both stunned up, and Alphari heavily outplays Flyquest, nearly killing Licorice in the 1v2.
Tricky dive there. The Kennen has flash, and you could only pull that off if you actually have the flash on Udyr. I didn't think Alphari was going to fall for that. But now Taliyah is here, a 2v2,
oh,
and no ult.
Santorin's jumping in there, throwing a couple more rocks. Licorice is completely out of mana. The boy is not in a very good spot here to be surviving this one very long. Josedeodo goes for the bear slap. Seismic shove, not going to find a lot. Alphari grabbing the first kill of the fight, and now it looks like they're going to grab two. Man, I said that it was Alphari with the outplay in the 1v2, but it felt like Flyquest just outplayed themselves, and now down in the bottom lane is Johnson in some trouble. Diamond's going to be there on the front line. Tactical finding even more damage. Core JJ missing the ulti. Does it even matter? Yes, it does. Tactical continuing to go in. The man's going to die, but he took two with them. It is at 10.5 minutes into the game. What is the plan here to stop this bleeding? I can't even finish asking the question before Team Liquid is bringing even more firepower into the top lane, laying the pain down on Licorice in the last auto attack, the Tick of Ignite. I got 150 HP, but I can kill both of them if I flash under the turret, so why not? Tactical and Core JJ running things in that bottom lane. Core JJ 0-0 and 5. Licorice trying to initiate onto Alphari up here. Does land the follow-up stun, but Alphari's exhaust from that Summoner Spellbook proves way too useful here, keeping him alive, keeping Licorice at bay. Licorice does want to finish shoving this out if he can here.
I'm going to try to throw a curveball out. I don't want to fight their game.
Yeah, you've got to try to change up the battlefield in some way, shape, or form. And now we got the top laners here in the 1v1. Alphari swiftly wins that one, and there is just nothing really to it other than that. As Palafox trying to stay alive underneath his own tier 1 turret. Jensen trying to run away. Palafox wants that kill. The Ignite is down on Jensen. Palafox will die. Santorin, the one taking the kill credit. Now Core JJ tanking up here in the river in the brush. Flash, maybe there was a miracle chance to get back into the game a little bit off of that one. But Team Liquid had enough backup to take their opponent down. Santorin's caught. A nice long-range charm from the Seraphine, and Johnson gets the...
Take over the mid lane. This is what could help them out. When you pair up these crowd control moves with the Udyr, with the Aurelia, might be able to get some kills here against Core, who has no flash.
Core JJ should be dead here. You would think, okay, they got him. Licorice getting himself on the board here. Now Alphari doesn't have the ulti ready to go. If Kennen has Slicing Maelstrom, this fight looks very, very different as all three Flyquest players are dead. But 25% of that cooldown not being available. Watching when Yone separates his spirit from his body, jumps in, throws out 3 abilities, misses 2 of them, and then goes right back to where he started, all within the course of 1 second. It's just, goodbye, Licorice. It was a pleasure knowing you, my friend, but Team Liquid is not having any of this here today. And on the other side of the map, Alphari is doing the same thing to Palafox. Flyquest.
Very close to a perfect game if it wasn't for those 3 kills.
This one is quickly becoming impossible here for Flyquest. Jensen trying to get away, Diamond going in. Jensen using the ulti as an escape mechanism, and Diamond is now dead, courtesy of the Yone damage. Nice stun coming through from Core JJ, keeping Josedeodo in place, or was it? Team Liquid may have baited themselves into a bad fight as Flyquest is looking for something, but now with the TP coming in, Team Liquid's back on the attack. Johnson tries to continue kiting away, and he finds the damage on the enemy jungler. Santorin is, to this game, feeling pretty good about it.
It took so much for them to even take down Santorin. They have so little damage, and you got Irelia pretty much holding a frozen lane in the top side, so it's going to be so long until Flyquest can even put more members down here into these fights, as Team Liquid has no problem just continuing to dogpile members into whatever team fights, because they're going to win them with this giant lead. The best thing for Flyquest right now is that it's too early in the game for Baron to be up, because otherwise they'd only back off. You see that Palafox doesn't know what's going on. They attempt something in the mid lane, but they can just retreat as they know they're getting enough damage into these turrets. One more auto.
Oh! Diamond is about to just die. Tactical goes in to finish it off, and Jensen's got the CC to keep his 80 carry alive, but only for a second. The shutdown comes through. It's Johnson grabbing that yet again, and he shuts down a couple. Core JJ trying to find the damage onto Palafox as Team Liquid retreats. Palafox will die off to the enemy support, but Flyquest has killed off 3, nearly 4. Core JJ barely getting himself away on this one. Josedeodo coming around from the side, looking to lock down Alfari. He has to keep on running. Udyr, you can catch up to these guys, but he's got to pose himself the question, does he even want to?
Time is going to be a big benefit to the losing team.
So I will say that it feels like every single kill that Flyquest has gotten this game, and I know that it's not correct because he only has 6 total kill participation and there's been 7 kills, but Johnson's ulti has enabled practically everything. I feel like without a Seraphine ult being present, there's just no kills happening. Tactical, what are you doing up there, buddy? Completely alone.
Wait.
Nobody else on the Team Liquid squad next to him. I know you're Samira. I know the champion does 1v3 wub montage stuff. That's its identity. But you can't. Our overall kill score, as Flyquest is still down pretty severely. Over 6,000 gold. Team Liquid moving up, and it's Josedeodo waiting there in the brush. The follow-up from the Seraphine for the CC. Alfari using the stasis to keep himself safe and alive, but there is your follow-up to the follow-up, baby, and it's Flyquest grabbing the shutdown as Team Liquid lose one of their main initiators, one of their big AoE tools here for the team fight. Core JJ now stuck in a spot where he's got to be careful that he doesn't get caught out too. Josedeodo continuing to lead the charge, going after Tactical, but he gets himself away by dashing to an ally. Flyquest with control over the bottom side.
That strong, but you think about what the risk would be if you actually lose that fight. It would have been a Baron. It could have potentially been the game at that point. So I like the decision to back it up, and I want to go back to your point about the last few minutes of Team Liquid being somewhat sloppy. The gold lead continues Baron, so I like that they're pressing this, but Flyquest should be able to fight, except they don't have Seraphine. She based.
Yeah, Seraphine not there means this fight is doomed for Flyquest. You can't take this. They got Baron, just give it away. Don't take a fight. There you go, secured by Alfari, of all people. Huck it back, go straight for the Drake, dare Flyquest to come and try to fight them. If you're Flyquest, you don't want to do that. You have to play around your own base and your defensive structures. You've got Licorice diving in after Alfari, finding some good damage onto him, but it's not
Nexus turrets.
Nexus turrets in trouble, and the remaining inhibitor is already gone. Alfari keeping himself safe here with the power of the stasis. Diamond's going to die first. Alfari's into the picture here. Josedeodo getting that one done, going on a killing spree, but with Johnson dead, surely Flyquest chances in this first game are done. Palafox kiting away. Josedeodo trying to buy as much time as he can, running around in circles, just trying to buy as much aggro from Team Liquid to save these Nexus turrets. The first one's nearly already dead. Jensen jumping in there, using the Q3 for the knock-up on Licorice. He's respawned, but now he's immediately sent back into the spawn platform. That second Nexus turret, man, look at that thing. It's barely hanging on. Palafox and Josedeodo doing everything they can trying to defend this one. Josedeodo going to be chain CC'd. The man's running away, but he will not escape. The secondary damage on Soul Unbound finishes him off, and it is Palafox and Licorice versus the world.
They get the Mountain Soul, though, in the replay that we didn't see. They get the Baron, and now they're just putting the finishing touches, because you don't need anything more. If it was very close last time around, it won't be this one.
And they're going to the Baron immediately. They started it up before even clearing out the blue ward. That shows you how confident that they are, that their opponents can do absolutely nothing to stop this. Look at the vision, Crumbs, in the top half of the jungle here on the Flyquest side of the map. It's lit up like a Team Liquid Christmas tree. Just ornaments hanging all over, and every single one of them brushes you can keep your eye on. Team Liquid knows if anyone from Flyquest will come anywhere near that Baron pit. And now Flyquest just continues to try to defend their inhibitors. One has respawned there in the top lane. Mid lane inhibitor respawning in under 10 seconds. You can see that in the bottom left of your screen. They will try, but they have one shot left. And Team Liquid is 10,000 gold in the lead. Core JJ starting off the fight. Diamond's going to be your target. Diamond already gone. Core JJ tanking up here in the front line. Licorice into the back, looking to find some sort of damage, but the man explodes instantly. Josedeodo shows up to grab the kill on Core JJ, but considering it's a trade, that means that Flyquest is out of there. Tactical, chasing Palafox all the way back into the fountain. Team Liquid, whether or not they want to pad their stats, it don't even matter. There's your ace. Santorin's going to die to the laser once he becomes vulnerable again. And Team Liquid, they had a couple silly mistakes there in the mid-game, man, but they destroyed